Welcome, Valpo fans, to this week's edition of the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. I'm Aaron Levitt, joined today by the head coach of the Valpo Bowling program, John Martin. Coach Martin, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Good seeing you again, Aaron.
Gearing up for the conference tournament this weekend. We'll get to that in a little bit, but first, just want to kind of get your overall thoughts on what's been a successful season for your team. 50 and 35 record, and by the averages, one of the top seasons in program history. Entering the conference tournament, it's the best Baker average and second best traditional team average in program history. You've won two tournament titles. You've had another second place finish. Just kind of your overall thoughts on how this season has gone and how the team has grown over the course of the year.
We've had a really good season. Obviously, we didn't get to our ultimate goal of making the NCAA tournament unless we win the Conference USA tournament, and we can discuss that later. The ladies really put in a lot of work in the off season, and it really showed. It took us some time to gel sort of early, but once we hit the beginning of the second phase of our season in the spring, we've done exceptionally well. I'm very proud about the way they performed, very proud about everything that they've done and accomplished. And like you said, we've done things again this year, similar to last year, that we've really never really achieved in the history of the program. So it's been a very fun ride, and I've got a really great group of ladies that take us there.
I want to touch on some of the team members, and we'll start off with the three seniors, Morgan X, Peyton Brake, and Jen Pats. They've obviously all had a different level of contribution in competition, but I think have all brought a lot to the program in different ways. Can you just touch on the three of them, what they've brought to your program this year?
Yeah, it's great that you kind of bring up the three because they're so different in what they've done, and it's a testament to how we've been able to come together as a group, by each basically doing your own job and doing it well. So Jen has been absolutely fabulous. She's effectively one of our senior leaders on the team. She has the best stats of anybody on the team. She bowls anchor, but she's also willing to do her role in and out of the lineup and perform. And she's just put in a tremendous amount of work to be able to get to where she's at. It was just a lot of fun being able for her to win a tournament her senior year, especially too, and make her first all tournament team over at the Viking Classic. So she's been absolutely fabulous. Peyton Brake, just another just dedicated hard worker. Nobody has any idea how much she's worked behind the scenes to get her game to where it's at. She was injured her first year here, has come back and just been an absolutely stellar worker and has really worked her way up from, a marginal player to a key piece in our lineup, being able to come in and do a lot of things. And she's a really special story because it really probably took her almost about a year and a half of just massive amount of work to getting to where she was the second semester, I call it like basically January through now, and be able to be that competitor. And it's just her work ethic is just unbelievable. And Morgan, I can't say how much Morgan helps behind the scenes. She works a full time job. She's been able to contribute in so many ways, traveling with the team and being able to help with our live stream and help on the back end with our social media stuff. Without Morgan and Michaela working those kind of things, like we just wouldn't be where we're at. She takes a tremendous burden off of me while we're actually bowling and competing so that I can really focus on my job, and we can still get out there and provide a quality live stream to all our fans and all our parents who love to watch us bowl.
I want to touch on who's been your best bowler statistically this year and over the past couple of years, Peyton Raleigh, and just what she's meant to the team. Her average this year is right now sixth best in a season in program history. If you look at her career average, she'd be tied for second there. Just someone who I feel like's been a tremendous, steady component for your program over the last couple of years.
Again, like when I first got here, I think I named Peyton Raleigh captain within 6 weeks of being at this program. Effectively, her and Maya Struble and Peyton Brake have all sort of taken along the lines of being the workers on the team who just basically figure out a way to get things done. Ironically enough, Peyton's been injured a lot during the year. She's had a shoulder issue, and she's actually been able to bowl through that. Same thing with Maya. I'm sure Maya would be high up on that list, but she had a repetitive use injury with her knee, that has basically kind of prevented her from bowling, for much of the January through where we're at right now. She'll be back for the conference tournament. But those two they're just indispensable. Just what they do and how they show up and how they perform is absolutely incredible. And actually, statistically, Starting in January, Peyton has a frame average of 20, which is getting to be an extremely elite level. And it's just fun to watch them work more than anything else. I mean, not only on the lanes, but off the lanes in practice, it's an absolute blast.
And then the last individual I want to touch on, I think it's a great story, is Angela Weber. Someone who joined your program last year is basically, from what I gather, a practice bowler. She didn't travel at all last year. She didn't compete at all. And now this year, she's gone from that to being not only a key component on the lanes for your team, but also the emotion and energy she brings. Just, I feel like just watching even over live streams just uplifts everyone on the team. Can you touch a bit on her and the work she's put in to get to this point?
So Angela has a special gift. Angela has a gift of her hand, and she has a gift of her ball speed. For the best way to describe it, she throws the ball like a guy. Everybody who's seen her out there while we're bowling in tournaments, she garners second looks because of what she does. Her physical game, her approach of getting to the line, was always basically a disaster when I first got here. And it's been a function of myself and physical game coaching to get her to the spot where she needs to be able to execute stuff. And her ability in the top of the lineup, for lack of a better word, she scares people because she's so loud, so enthusiastic. She's just unbelievably happy to be here. I mean, she generates, it's the energy is not only with how she cheers, but also with how she bowls, because she just provides so much power in what she does. And she's actually one of my funnest stories. I mean, she's also a straight A student. She is a physics major. She is just a rocket scientist, for lack of a better description. But she is the type of person that if she wanted to and wanted to make bowling a passion and wanted to really put in a lot of work to it, could easily bowl on the PWBA tour and win titles. And that is how talented physically she is. And for her to be here when I first got here and just be a walk on that was just calling me looking for something to do. It's startling. It is like having Kobe Bryant sitting on your college basketball team, not playing, and all of a sudden the guy just shows up at practice one day and runs everybody over. It's fun to watch. I'm really looking forward to seeing her next year after another summer of work.
Well, you guys are going to the Conference USA tournament this week, and I think we touch on it, and I like to reinforce it every time I talk to you and every time I write about Conference USA bowling is the single highest level conference in NCAA athletics. Nine of the top 10 teams in the nation, all 12 in the top 20 nationally. Obviously, going to be a very challenging event. What will it take for the team to have success in the conference tournament, and how much does it help having been in three winner-take-all tournament title matches earlier this year?
So to touch on your earlier point, the NCAA brackets were all just released, yesterday. And if you go over your NCAA bracket and look at it, just imagine all of the 1 and 2 seeds in either the NCAA men's or women's bracket. That's our conference, and that's the type of thing that we have to go through. Now, to talk about the tournament, we will probably end up facing Jacksonville State in the first round. The rankings haven't come out, and we're very close to Tulane, so we could either face Vanderbilt or Jack State. Realize we were one strike away from ending their win streak at 23 games in a traditional match about a month and a half ago. They have now set the NCAA record at 45 straight match wins, and they are an absolute juggernaut. But at the end of the day, we have shown the ability to compete with them. We've shown the ability to compete with some of the top teams in the country. Even that match against Youngstown State, where we basically took them to 7 games and almost beat them. We definitely have a chance. I mean, it's difficult. It's going to be very hard. We're going to have to be able to operate at a maximum high level, because if we make it through Jacksonville State, then we're going to get a team like Nebraska, and it's one of these, it just never stops as far as like what you see. I mean, it would be like, all of a sudden you get through the NCAA tournament and you beat Michigan. It's like, okay, great. I got Purdue next. And it's like, okay, great. I beat Purdue. I got Arizona next. And it's just remarkable what we have to go through and be able to compete at this level. But it's also tremendously fun to be able to see where we're at and what we're able to do. And we've got confidence, and, who knows? Let's go shock the world. So,
Well, that Conference USA tournament begins on Wednesday from Louisiana. It will be broadcast on ESPN Plus. Coach Martin, thanks for joining me today. Good luck this week.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Appreciate it.
This has been the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.